Lost my mind, now I'm feeling so fine, cause I finally realized I don't need you. I'm feeling sublime, and you're watching me shine, and you realize it's time, I don't need you. Now
Every day. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about that I have actually implemented in my life is a strong morning routine. Um, and I this week, instead of adding my 20-minute workout, I started adding meditation at night. Um, so my morning routine has been waking up um and meditating. First thing I do in the morning is I meditate. Then I do my prayer journal, and then I do my little quick workout. That's been a strong 10 to 15 minutes. We're pushing it up to 20. Um, and then I write down, within that time, I write down 10 things that I'm excited about. Okay, like 10 things that are going great in my life. And then I start work. Um, Bob Proctor, he recently passed away. May he rest in peace. He talked about um your energy. And it actually hurt me a little bit when he passed, because going back and starting my morning routine, watching motivational videos in the morning, because after I do those things and I open my laptop, the first thing I do is I turn on a motivational video. The first thing I want to listen to, I don't want to listen to news. I want to listen to something that is going to give me even more eagerness and even more drive as I'm starting my day. So as I'm listening to motivational vehicles, I run into the video by Bob Proctor. And I had actually kind of forgot about him. And he was literally talking about everything that I studied. And I don't know if this was before I left for New Jersey. I mean, before I left for North Carolina, or right when I got down there. But one of the things he talks about is getting over the terror barrier. That's what he calls it. And his steps are: write 10 things down in the morning, send love to 3 people bothering you, and sit quietly for 5 minutes and ask your day to be directed. Okay. I started doing that. You don't know how much anxiety that releases, how much worry it releases. Somebody's getting on your nerves. Tell them you love them in the morning. Tell them have a blessed day. And sometimes you get a positive response back. Sometimes you won't get a response. It is what it is. Who cares? But release that off of your chest, and that helped me so much. Like, me going back and seeing his videos and starting to watch his videos again was like, whoa, Brooke, you were listening to this before and it helped you. It helped you a lot, but you forgot and you stopped and you took it out of your routine and you forgot about it. You know what I mean? And it was crazy, because literally when I realized this was like a couple days before he died.
Meeting is being recorded.
So, I realized that I used to listen to Bob Proctor, and he really helped me out with a lot of things in my life, and then he passed away. So it was kind of sad. But I just think that he has some really strong life lessons that deal with the law of attraction and energies in your life and things like that. And when you get your energy right in your life, I mean, things fall into place amazingly. I literally, like I said, I went through a breakup in September. I started pretty much trying to focus on myself in November. And I left my job in January. And I was supposed to, I had actually had an exit strategy. I had an exit strategy that would have gave me a pillow or something, a fallback for a couple of weeks. But I got up one morning, I walked in there and I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. And I didn't plan on doing that because I didn't want to do it that way. But as the things fell in place in the following weeks, I knew I did the right thing. Thing. Because if I didn't do the right thing, then things would have not fell into place. And I would have had to go and get another job. So it's all about energy, your mindset, and making sure that you have that. It's just a feeling. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a feeling. It's an excitement. When I wake up in the morning, I am excited. Like, I am truly excited. I wake up at 4:30 now. I was not waking up at 4:30 to go to work, but I'm excited. So the reason why I'm waking up earlier is because I am excited to do what I have to do, because I know what I'm doing is advancing me towards my goals. It's advancing me towards that early retirement that I want. And the discipline, being disciplined, is me strictly sticking to it. Everything in moderation. That's another thing I say a lot. Everything in moderation. We're not supposed to abuse anything. We're not supposed to wallow in anything. So once we find that we're doing something too much, there's a problem. Also monitoring what's in your ears. Is it negative? Is it constantly pessimistic? If that's what's in your ears all the time, then your thoughts are going to align with that. So, well, let's talk about Phenomenal Woman of the Week. Today is February 17th, 2022. This broadcast will not be posted anytime soon, but couple weeks. It'll be a couple weeks. But this week I wanted to talk about Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston is my favorite singer of all time. She is from Newark, New Jersey. Whoop, whoop. And this week was the 10-year anniversary of her passing. And she was an excellent singer. And a lot of us knew her for the Singers, Star Spangled Banner, things like that. But Whitney did a lot for the community. And that's what I wanted to touch on, because there's so often that we talk about people that we look up to and things that they did good, and we focus on the one thing. And she was an excellent singer. Excellent singer. But she was also an excellent and charitable person that really looked into. She did a lot of things for children's hospitals and stuff like that. So I just wanted to touch on Whitney today. Everything that I got here is from WhitneyHouston.com, a site ran by her family. So Whitney Houston believed in using her success to help those less fortunate, and she did much of her humanitarian work out of the spotlight, visiting children in hospitals, sending personal notes to the charities that she helped, and organizing Christmas parties for homeless children. She supported many charitable organizations. She formed the Whitney Houston Foundation for Children in 1989. In 2020, the Whitney E. Houston Legacy Foundation was formed as a continuation of Whitney's journey to rebuild lives, restore self-esteem, and repair images through grassroots programs and initiatives for the young. Its mission is to inspire youth, create positive opportunities, and empower them to succeed beyond their expectations, thus creating a lasting solution to their challenges in hopes of improving their lives in a positive way. She also supported many other charitable organizations, including but not limited to AIDS Project Los Angeles, American Red Cross, Children's Defense Fund, Deidre O'Brien Child Advocacy Center, Emmanuel Cancer Foundation, Feingold Center for Children, Hale House, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, Rainforest Foundation, Ronald McDonald House Charities, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, T.J. Martell Foundation, United Negro College Fund, University of Hospital in Newark. September 11, 2001, we all know the Twin Towers fell. Whitney re-released the Star Spangled Banner charity single to benefit the New York firefighters during the 9/11 attack, disaster relief fund, and the New York Fraternal Order of Police following the terrorist attacks. South Africa in the 1980s, Whitney refused to perform in the then apartheid in South Africa. The announcement that she would participate in the 1988 Freedom Fest concert event in London for a then imprisoned Nelson Mandela drew other artists and much media attention. In 1994, post-apartheid, Whitney also toured in South Africa, giving concert proceeds to numerous children's charities, including two children's museums out in South Africa.
Whitney was on it. I learned so much. Honestly, I didn't even know that.
Whitney performed in August 1987 at the Special Olympics opening ceremony, and she donated her recording of "Do You Hear What I Hear" for the first, a very special Christmas benefit album in 1989. So not only was she a great singer and a great person, she did a lot of charitable things. She donated a lot of different songs, and the profits that she made from those songs to different charities. I mean, she donated the whole proceeds on certain records to foundations. A lot of artists and things of that nature do that, but we don't shine the spotlight on that. So I just wanted to shine the spotlight on Whitney today and say thank you for being in the community, and thank you for leaving a long legacy behind you.
Thank you, Whitney. All right, so effects. There are so many things that happen when you try to go after a goal. So what happens to you when your routine is interrupted?
Well, first of all, I try to make sure that first I try to plan for interruptions. Like this morning I had a meeting. So being that this morning I had a meeting, I had to make sure that 4:30 I was like super up, moving, getting everything started. So that way I can get, the time in before I had to leave the house to still do what I had to do. So I didn't want that to affect or interrupt my day. The other thing that last weekend, I think I slept in one day because I was hanging out like with my friends the night before. Oh, Sunday night. So Monday morning, I was a little tired. But I still got up and I still do my meditation. Like there's certain things that I realized in trying to create the discipline in my life and like make things more routine and regimen and things that my body desires and my life just craves and needs, you know what I mean? Is first of all, when you're trying to create that, you can't take a day off. That's number one. So you have to still do it, whether it's waking up at 8 o'clock or 4:30. Or if you have something else going on, stop and make the time. I can't do this now, I can do this later. One of the things I think I said earlier is I started doing meditation at night. I started doing meditation at night because I don't want to go to sleep with a negative mind. Like I don't want to go to sleep thinking about anything that I don't need to worry about. Your sleep is interrupted. If you go to sleep with something with the worry on your brain, you're not going to sleep well, I guarantee it. So that's also that also matters. Getting a good night's sleep where you're not worrying all night, or I'm worried about some crazy person showing up at the house, or you know what I mean, or whatever the case is. So that's why I started the whole meditation at night thing, because I feel so good after meditating in the morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing this at night too before I go to sleep. So I can feel good. That feeling cannot be replaced. So at this point, when my routine is interrupted, I reschedule it. I make sure it's still done that day. It's just like if it's just like, okay, our children, right? So we might have a bedtime for them, or we might have an eating time for them. And let's say, oh, tonight the school is having a play, so we're going to be out doing X, Y, and Z at 6 o'clock or whatever. That's your usual feeding time. What do? Reschedule it. You don't not eat. You see what I'm saying? But because these things are optional things in our life, sometimes we choose to not do it. That's not the right choice, and that's not the choice that I decided that I want to continue to make in my life. I'm not going to not do it. Like I said, I don't not eat because I'm out doing something. No. So because I don't not eat because I'm not doing something, I'm not going to not meditate because I have something else going on. No, I will go. I'm to the point like I got a bachelorette party coming up. Guess what I'll be doing Sunday morning after the bachelorette party? I will have my headphones. I will be sitting in the bathroom and I will be getting my meditation in for 5 minutes, for 5 to 10 minutes in the morning. I don't care because that's how good it makes me feel. So why would I stop? You know what I mean? Like we have to also be cognizant of the way things make us feel. Like that quick skip, that easy to be like, oh, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
How do you feel after that? How do you feel when you decide to go out and have drinks with your friends versus the nights that you don't have drinks with your friends in the morning? You feel different. Period, point blank. And when we become cognizant of that, we'll correct it, and we'll be disciplined to keep that routine. So what do you have? What do you do when your routine is interrupted? Because your routine is probably interrupted way more than mine with the babies. But what do you do?
I think I'd like to fine tune this in the future, but for now, I have a vision of what I would like for my life to look like, and like you said, how certain things make me feel. So instead of saying I need to do this by this time, I'll say I need to make sure that this gets done, for example, this week. So whether that's like spending quality time and you schedule it and it just doesn't work out. Like you said, I will figure out how to do that. One of the things I really like doing is spending time by myself where I'm not a mom, I'm not anything else. I'm just an individual. And if the morning is just too crazy for it, or even if the evening seems like it'll be too crazy for it, I've learned to utilize breaks, and I've even used another time of day in my schedule to just tune in with myself, to make whatever phone calls I need to make, to handle things. And I'll eat during that time and just like take away my lunch period. I would rather work during lunch and use the longer chunk of time that I have for just tuning in with myself, watching something funny. I have like a go-to app that I love, and I find that time makes me a better everything else, a better mom, a better person to be around. So when it's interrupted, I just try to do my best to get around to it at some point. And then I also just get creative as well. So in my mind, I would love to have an hour to just sit at my computer and do things. But if I don't have that time, I might download the app on my phone, or I might do it like, on my phone on the internet, or if I was supposed to meet up with someone, sometimes we're both busy and we're just talking on the phone in the car. So sometimes you have to get a little creative, but I think that's just life. So I think just being flexible and managing expectations, not setting yourself up for disappointment, and saying, what's more important for me? For me to for me to accomplish this in some way, in some manner, or for me to accomplish it exactly the way that I want it to be done. And for me, a lot of times it's like, if I can just touch, if that part of my routine can be a touch point that I did accomplish, then, you know, that's fine by me. So I do try to make sure that it's still completed. And I also think a key thing is to see what is non-negotiable for you and what is negotiable and flexible, because there are going to be some aspects of our routine that you can't wait till Saturday. Your deadline is today. So, you know, I think in looking at your routine and planning for the week, it's like, well, there are some things that can be kind of like a variable, and those things are easier to move around, whereas these things are static and they need to be done by such and such time and date. So let me build a schedule around those things. And that helps too, so that you're meeting your deadlines, but you're also meeting some of those more personal things that might not be urgent, but you still wouldn't be happy if you didn't accomplish them for the week.
And what do your days off look like? Like, do you have a scheduled time off? Like, what do your days off look like? Do you have a day every week that you focused on? This is my day off. This is just for the family. This is for the kids.
I wanted to say what day off. That's what I wanted to say. Because, you know, as moms, we have like two different types of days off. There's days off from work, but you still on as a parent and everything else. So you might not be clocking in, or you might not be showing up somewhere at a building. But, you know, I don't know about your household when your kids were young, but mine, 5 a.m., I'm hungry and thirsty. They're like, how? So 5 a.m. on a Saturday, you're hungry and thirsty with a D. But to answer your question in a more direct way, when I am off, I give myself time off from that mom hat. So that is one thing that I didn't implement for a very long time, and it has been phenomenal. I'm trying to do things like get my nails done and not be on the phone with the babysitter the whole time and asking if I could FaceTime. So it's a process, okay? It's definitely a process. Like, did they eat? Do you need me to cook? I'm trying to tell the nail lady to leave it like it is, kind of like the hairdresser. Leave my rollers in, I'll be right back. So,
no, that I mean you have to commit that time for yourself, for your rest. A big thing to me is Sundays are family day. Sundays are family day. I will work on a Sunday. I will do work, but I will not take meetings on Sundays. I will not contact my clients on Sundays. I will not answer their emails on Sundays. I might do their work if I get some spare time after I cater to myself, because my Sunday is my cater to myself day, but it's also my cook for my family day. So I cook every Sunday. My mother comes over almost every Sunday, you know, and as I like to hope that Nigeria comes home every Sunday, but you know. But I do try to cook for my family on Sundays. And I also try to take time for myself on Sundays. Like I'm sitting in the bath, I'm doing a mask, you know what I mean? Little things like that. Just to relax. We have to take that recharge time. Even like prayer. Like I'm doing a prayer book now. We have to take that prayer time. You know, that intimate time where we're just sitting and we're praying and we're focused on the things, you know what I mean? Not only are we asking for guidance or we're asking for things that we would like to see, but we're also just taking that quiet time. That quiet time means so much. That uninterrupted time. I've been putting my phone on silent a lot lately, a whole lot lately. And you know what? It feels good. Don't call me for nothing. If it's not emergency, don't contact me. You know what I mean? And it's okay, but I feel so much better. Like you said, I'm a better person after it. I'm an
Mm-hmm.
easier person to deal with after it. I'm not as ornery. I'm not as aggy. You know what I mean? So um time off looks differently. I remember when I used to go see your cousin, when I used to go see Kim,
Mm-hmm.
and Najir was young. And she used to always say to me, "Why are you on that phone with
Mm-hmm.
my employees, walking them through transactions, telling them what the
Mm-hmm.
problem is, always trying to put a fire out?" And I had got to the point I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Why am I on the phone? Like, I have a manager as backup. I am literally on vacation. I'm not in the same state. When do you
Mm-hmm.
say no? You know what I mean? So that's one thing
Mm-hmm.
like that I've implemented. If I'm going away for the weekend, I'm going away for the weekend. I'm not talking to clients. I'm not doing any of that. I can have an intellectual conversation that might lead to a business meeting that I need to have in the future because that is the kind of support system and the people that I want to be around. But as far as I'm going to honor the fact that I'm on vacation, I'm going to spend my time with my children, my significant other, whoever that may be at the time, you know what I mean? Or whatever. But I'm going to commit that time to letting my hair down. And honestly, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that for moms. There's nothing wrong with that for everybody needs a break. Even people that aren't moms that might run a household and maybe have a husband or you got stuff going on. When do you take that time and just say, okay, it's a me day? It's a Brooke wants to feel good day. You know, if we start to really reflect on all the things that we have pulling on our lives, that stuff drags you down. And it's very hard to walk and pull at the same time. It's hard. If you think about the visual of a man or woman walking and they have all these boxes and stuff or whatever attached to them in the back, and they're trying to walk forward, but they're trying to pull all this stuff at the same time. It's too much. It's too much for any human being. So until we figure out a way to be light and not carry that baggage, we have to have these days to recharge us, to get things off our shoulders. We have to have the discipline and routines in effect to release things from our chest. Oh,
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's hard not to check the clock, you know. It's
very
hard not
hard.
to check the clock, and especially as a mom, it's really hard to feel like anyone can do as good a job as you, because that's why you're checking the phone and trying to get people onto FaceTime with you, to make sure that it's up to your standards. So um, I think that's just a thing that'll probably always be there, but like a thought that we'll have in the back of our minds, like, eh. But yeah,
Yeah, we
that
have to
delegating
delegate.
to other people. Hmm.
Have to delegate. So what are we going to do this week to meet our goals? Let's first of all continue to implement our new tasks from last week. So we both have working out tasks. Imani just wants to work out. So maybe one workout next week or from Thursday to next Wednesday. Just one. And I'm trying to change my little 10 to 15-minute workout to like a hard 20. So I am going to say at least one day or 2 days this week. We're gonna do the hard 20. Because I just want it to be more like I want that part of the workout to expand. I don't think I'll ever be an hour in the gym kind of workout person, but that nice 20 minutes, it gets your body feeling good. So that's what I want to do. Um, what method do you want to implement this week to help your discipline towards your goal? Um, you want to answer that, Imani?
Yeah, I know that I schedule everything in my phone, and I constantly tell people I'm writing this down right now, because if I don't, this conversation never happened. And frankly, my brain just dismisses all things that are not on this calendar and with an alert blinking and vibrating the phone and making noise. So I think that for me, what I would like to do is put this in my phone calendar, and just again ascribing the same value and the same effort to it as I do everything else. Because if I leave it to chance, you know, it will never happen, and it hasn't. You know, if you ever wonder what will happen if you leave something to chance, all you have to do is look back and see how many of those left up to chance things you've accomplished. It's probably zero. So I definitely think that making it an active part of the schedule. And another thing I do is I've been doing this for years, and this helps me a lot. It's creating a rebuttals list. So like I said, I'm so used to saying no. I have like a binder full of reasons why I can't do something in my mind, and it's always at the ready. But something that I've always used to try to accomplish a goal is to have, I know I'm going to have the list because that's just my nature, but to also do my part in creating a solution to that. So if my rebuttal is, oh, I get tired. Well, can you do it before you even go home? Can you just avoid going home? Because if you get in the bed, that's it, you know? Or if you get comfortable at home, that's it. So I think that's another thing too, taking the time to really think about what comes to mind, what those interruptions are, and coming up with a solution for them before they happen Friday afternoon in order to truly get them done. Otherwise, the rebuttals list will win, just like it always has. So I've always used that tactic to accomplish a goal. Never had the thought to like try that here for this goal. So I definitely think I'm going to try that along with scheduling it and setting an alarm that goes off.
Well, the method that I'm going to implement this week is meditation, because I told you I started meditating at night more, and it really makes me feel better and feel good when I wake up in the morning. Just I feel even more excited. So I want that to become part of my routine. That's going to be part of my evening routine. Is meditation before I go to sleep. So that's something I'm going to keep doing because it also has been helping me keep my discipline. So I want all of you all to also think of a task that you all are going to implement that is going to improve your discipline towards your goal. Write it down, exercise, write it down, do it, be committed to it, and we will check and make sure that you all did it next week. And we want to thank you all for listening to Heaven Sent. And we wish all of you beautiful angels a blessed and productive week. Thank you so much for tuning in with us.
Bye.
Bye.
He called me his angel. I'm flying to heaven. Just know that he sent me from heaven to flex you.